That day I felt that this Lord has come only for our sake. He is Bhakta Sakha Bhagwan. The bond that we have with Him, this personal one-to-one bond, is that of several lifetimes. Om Shri Sai Ram. One of the most beautiful aspects of the Lord is that He can make Himself available for us anytime, anywhere, and in any way possible. I am reminded of the beautiful story of the Bhagavatam, where Uddhava goes to Vrindavan carrying the message of Krishna. He sees the gopis and gopas lost in contemplation of their Gopala. Each one of them felt that they belonged to Krishna and Krishna belonged only to them. They had such a personal bond with their Lord that in spite of His physical absence, they could hear Him when the trees shook, they could see Him in the flame of the lamp, and they could feel His presence even in the boulders of Vrindavan. Swami would give each one of us such an exclusive opportunity to be with Him, to feel His presence, to hear to Him and to see Him. Over a period of time, we develop that personal one-to-one connection with Him. My mind goes back to the most special day of my life, the day I had the darshan of my Sai Krishna. It was in the July of 2009, my first and only darshan of Swami. Although we have been devotees since 2002, our family has been very active with the Sai group. In spite of that, we had Swami's darshan only once in 2009. I remember we were seated in the Sai Kulwant Hall. I was somewhere in the 10th row. People were saying that today Swami will not come because the previous day Swami had come, spent a lot of time, distributed sweets and gifts, and hence those were the days where Bhagwan's darshan was not very frequent. Swami was physically not well. So they said that today Swami will definitely not come. Our heart sank to its lowest point. The bhajans were over, the Vedas were over. Only the Aarti was kept on hold because we didn't know whether Swami would come or not. We were thinking, Swami, please, please come today. We have come from a very long place only for you. Swami, only you know for how many lifetimes we have been waiting for this opportunity. Swami, if not today, we don't know when we will get this chance. And as we were thinking on these lines, the most beautiful and memorable thing happened. The music begins and the Lord of the universe enters the Sai Kulwant Hall. And Swami did not come in the car like how he comes on other days. That day he came in the chair so that we could see him very clearly. That day I felt that this Lord has come only for our sake. He is Bhakta Sakha Bhagwan. The bond that we have with Him, this personal one-to-one bond, is that of several lifetimes. And in my life, that day that bond was strengthened.
So that day, you developed a personal connection with your Swami. How has the journey been after that when you became His student?
After I got the blessing of being Bhagwan's student, I think this bond just became stronger. I felt that here is someone who can hear out to me whenever I call out to him, and he can answer this prayer to me in any place, wherever I am. I remember it was Swami's 90th birthday when I joined the Vrindavan campus. It was in the year 2015. It was on the 18th of November that we were here in Prashanthi Nilayam. While taking the Samadhi Darshan, I had a very innocent prayer in my heart. I felt, Swami, how beautiful it would be if on your birthday, I could offer a rose to you and wish you a happy birthday. Now the prayer was wonderful, but how was I supposed to get a rose? We were not allowed to go outside and buy, nor was it my birthday, so I wouldn't get a rose chance. So I thought the best thing perhaps would be to tell my uncle who was in Prashanthi Nilayam to buy me a rose on that day. Now, usually this uncle would come and see me on the very first day of our visit. But surprisingly, that day, he was not to be seen. I thought probably next day he would come. Even then, he wasn't there. For the next 4 days, we were so busy with so many activities, cultural programs, music programs, talks. I completely forgot about this prayer. The 23rd morning came. Swami's 90th birthday. We had the Vedam procession, we had the Sai Symphony Orchestra. It was mind blowing, out of the world. Then it was time for the Samadhi Darshan in the morning. I was standing in the queue. There were about two people before me. My turn was almost going to come, and I hear someone call out to my name. I was wondering, who could this be at this point in time? I turn and I see, to my pleasant surprise, it was this very uncle of mine who was approaching me. He didn't speak a single word. He was just smiling. He comes to me, he gives me a rose and walks away. I was mind blown, absolutely stunned. What are the odds that among thousands of people in the Sai Kulwant Hall, my uncle comes there, he sees me in that crowd, he has a rose with him, and he gives it to me right at that moment before I could offer my pranams at the Samadhi. Swami listened to the most innocent, fleeting prayer of my heart. That day he showed me that this Lord is always there, ready to listen to his devotees. He has come only for us, and this personal bond was strengthened on that day.
As a student, we find it easy to connect to Him while we are here. But how was your experience when you went outside?
Absolutely, brother. While we are here, it's very easy for us to connect to Swami, listen to him, feel his presence. But when we go out, it becomes all the more challenging. Last year, I got an opportunity by Swami to work with a multinational company in Muscat. So it was absolutely a new transition for me from college to work life. I had my own doubts. I was asking Swami, Swami, are you really there with me in this new phase of my life? Swami, do you personally know that I'm taking up a job in the world outside? Swami, will I be able to live up to your expectations in this new role of mine? These were the thoughts in my mind. All I required that time was some divine instruction. Something really amazing happened that day in the morning. I received a message, a WhatsApp message in one of the groups, Sai groups. This message is of Bhagwan talking to students on the Shankaranti of 2001. In that discourse, Bhagwan tells, you may take up a job anywhere in the world, but remember, I am there in you, with you, around you, below you, and around you. Wherever you are, bring a good name to yourself, to your parents, and for the institution. I was in tears. That was the message I was looking for at that moment, and Bhagwan reached out to me. He made me feel that he is there with me, no matter where I am, what I am doing, and that wherever I am, I would rise up to his expectations. And needless to say, I became an asset to the organization, and Swami could connect to me. That personal bond was strengthened that day, and it has been a beautiful journey since then.